Tavex, period of becoming one. Tavex, period of becoming one. Tavex, period of becoming one. I got an interesting, urgent news flash update for the Negro Hebrew Israelites, who are the only physical Hebrew Israelites that only fulfill the scriptures. And scriptures is just what they call the Old Testament, we call the Tanakh. Deuteronomy 28, the curses. We're the only people that fit the curses on this flat earth. I saw a video today, and I'm going to play this video today. But I also took my personal action and not just sit in the stands. I actually did my own personal action, even though it could be minuscule, but at least I did it. I have email confirmations, and I wanted to share it with you. I think I know it's important. And the thing is, evil things continue and go on because good people keep their mouth quiet and get in the background and stay in the background. Even though the little tiny attempts that we should do, a lot of us don't do. A lot of us depend on other people to do it. Here at Hebrew Island, too, I'm a Kohelet, a teacher, preacher of the Book of Wisdom. I don't sit back. I actually try to make a difference, whether it's a tiny, minute speck, sand, dust contribution. I'm going to still do it. I'm going to wait. Damon, for y'all. I'm glad you're on. This is very, to me, important, urgent news flash. I haven't done a video like this before. This is something new, 2025, but it has been in the works for some years, but it's just behind the curtain. They never knew that this was going on, and many people have not known this is going on. So I want to share it with you, and I want to share with you what I have done, even though it could be a microspeck, a sand granule action, defiance. I did it, and I want to share it with you. The video is called Urgent News Negroes. The Psalm 83 Dirty Africans has a worldwide plot against us now. And of course, they've had a worldwide plot against us ever since. But this is a new one that has just been discovered. Most of the people haven't heard it. No, most of the people haven't heard it. I'm going to show you a video clip that I saw. Then I did my own personal research and went to their website. I'm like, yo, this is for real. So, I did my little part, and I want to share it with you guys. Maybe encourage you guys to do it as well. And if you want to. I know I did it. And I'm going to tell you why I did it too, because there's an orange man in office. So we're already at 3 minutes, 20 seconds. I'm going to give like 8 minutes, 7.5 minutes, 7 minutes for people to come into the room because I don't give any pre-notifications. There's not going to be no music in the background. I still haven't got my secondary computer yet because I got other financial things that I'm working on, like restoring my truck and stuff like that, which is very expensive. So we're going to have to work on my little old Samsung Galaxy S9. When I'm done buying the parts, I'm going to buy me a used S20 or 21 Galaxy. But, I took time this morning. Today's my Hebrew lunar Sabbath day. It's today, ends when the sun goes down. It starts when the sun rises, ends when the sun goes down. We don't follow the demon, imposter, Jayish people's rabbinical method of finding out what's Sabbath and the new moons and the feast days, the Moedines. We don't do that. We follow the lunar calculations. Each Sabbath changes every month to a different day. And if anybody wants these calendars that I make, the July 2025, of course, is out. You can just send an email, and every month, I can send you a WhatsApp photo of it. but send your uh, send your email, and I can also send it through email as well. We are at 5 minutes 11 seconds. I was definitely not planning to do a video today. I did one last night about health. It was just a FYI video, but this video, I said, we gotta cut the dirty Africans, Psalm83 Africans off at the pass. Even though they're more powerful because it's the African continent. They're working together, and they got more access to the UN, United Nations, and other global governments and stuff like that. And this has to be put on notice to the Israelites, to the Negroes, and even not to Israelites, Negro Israelites, to the Negro Americans at large. So that's why I'm making this video. We're going to be starting soon. We're at 6 minutes, 15 seconds. Every knee shall bow. Yeah, listen, you're going to be upset with these African, and you see my thumbnail. I try to find the most dirtiest but true thumbnails that I could find. And you're going to be like dirty Africans. They are Psalm 83. They're against us. And I'm going to show and tell you when we start the video. All right, we're at 7 minutes. I'm going to give one more minute. 8 minutes start. I'm sorry. Thank you guys for being patient with me. But since I don't give any pre-YouTube notifications, I try to wait to see if other people come in the room. Duke the Daywalker, I'm glad you're in. This is a video for you. This is to me, I'm going to take it as a serious FYI for your information, because we have an orange man in the office and would love probably to use these things later on. It could possibly happen. So that's why I'm making this video today. I'll explain all of it soon. We're almost at 8 minutes waiting. And again, I wait because I don't give any pre-YouTube notifications. So, I try to be nice and wait and not just start the video where somebody's just coming in. I already did 15, 20 minutes of the video. So we are at now 8 minutes. I will start. I will keep my word. Tav X to Damon for Yah. Tav X for every knee shall bow. Tav X, Duke the Daywalker. And I say Tav X. I have it on my signet ring. Tav. Let me see if you can see it. It's at the bottom in the inscription under the menorah. Tav X is the 400 numeric value of the Phoenician Hebrew alphabet. It means purity and becoming one. In Hosea chapter 8, the Most High didn't tell the Israelite people, are you shalom? Are you peaceful? Are you having a peaceful day? No, he said, is Israel capable of purity? And then when you read Isaiah 1, chapter 1, Hosea chapter 8, and all throughout Jeremiah and all throughout Isaiah and all throughout a lot of the books in the Tanakh, Israel goes a whoring after the other nations, their gods and their ways, so they're not pure in the sight of the Most High. To be pure in the sight of the Most High, you have to follow these laws. 1 Samuel chapter 7. If you're going to return back to the Most High, return back to the Most High with your whole heart, put away the strange gods and serve Him alone. JC is a god and all the religions are a god. But Psalm 96, all the gods of the nations are idols. You need to read your scriptures. So that's why I don't go shalom. You can say shalom, but here at Hebrew, I go on a different path. I'm on the Torah Tanakh only path. And I glean my information from there. I'm a student of King Solomon. I use the wisdom of King Solomon to make decisions and ponder things. So Malachi 3, the Most High changes not. So if he asked the Israelites, is Israel capable? He's going to ask that same question again. Look at the world, how demonic it is. You think he's going to ask that question? Is Israel capable of purity? Because the people that are going to get zapped out be as though they have not been, or all those that are not pure, striving for purity. I'm not saying perfection, but striving for purity. And nobody can fool the Most High. He knows all intentions. But anyway, let's get to the video. This was an unexpected video. Thank you, Kings, for being in here. My video title is Urgent News Negroes. The Psalm 83 Dirty Africans have a worldwide plot against us now. I was watching this video. So we're going to watch this video together. We're going to watch it on my phone. Sorry, that's all I got. We're going to watch it on my phone. And I got to get the stand for it. And then I'm going to give my commentary and my actions, what I took, and the actions that you could take if you decide to do the same. Me, I don't sit like in the football stands in the stadium. I don't sit in the bleachers. I actually get involved, whether it's a sand particle involvement, a tiny microspec involvement, or a medium or a large. I do it. I don't just sit there and talk. The reason why evil succeeds and goes and demonic plans gets fulfilled because good people sit by and do nothing. Here at Hebrew on the Island too, I don't sit by and do nothing. I get involved, and I encourage you as a Koheleth, a teacher, preacher of the Book of Wisdom, to get involved as well to the best of your ability. So let me get the stand. Let me put the video so you have a good drop. I sent emails. I sent comments to that video to another YouTube channel called Mike TV that he talks about the American Negroes are the indigenous Americans, Indians, and he doesn't really say it, but he knows about it, that the Israelites and some of the Israelite tribes in the world. And I sent him this information because I know he would have probably did a video about it. So I sent him what I'm going to tell you. But let's get me to stand, hear it, and then we're going to discuss it. Let me see if this is gonna. Yeah, let me put this. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, that should be it. I'm gonna have to turn this fan off because I don't know how loud it's gonna be. It's hot here where I'm at in the Dominican Republic. I got me a little tiny portable electric fan that I take outside with me because it's very hot here all the time. And I'll just put it on low and put it on me. So here we go. Let's watch the video. I'm gonna give my commentary and tell you what actions I took. Okay. Get the long screen. And listen, hopefully it comes in kind of clear that you can see it. Okay, yeah, you can see it. Fair use, fair use. Fair use, fair use. 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Okay, so we're going to watch the video. Then I'm going to do my commentary and what I did, my actions. Hold on.
Y'all, this getting crazier and crazier. Oh my God, y'all. How the did Black Americans end up joining the organization and we don't even know that we joined it? If y'all knew we joined it, please get in my comments and tell me that you knew we joined this. So now the streets is going crazy, y'all, because apparently The African Union, right? The AU has added a sixth region, and the sixth region is us. And we don't know about this. Oh my gosh, let me show y'all the receipts. This is crazy. Let me show y'all the receipts. Okay, y'all, so AU 6th Region USA Foundation. One voice, one people, one Africa. African Union 6th Region Global. What the is this? African Union 6th Region Global promotes, and it tells you all the different things it promotes. Okay. No more lies. The road to justable reparation. How the Prueba este mini teléfono gratis en Temu.
Hold on.
Tiene toda la potencia de un teléfono normal. Hace todo lo que necesitas. No more lies. The road to justable reparation. How the and what the is people doing? Exactly. We serve the global community of African diaspora. How the hell are you serving people that don't know who the you are? The African Union 6th Region Global is an organization dedicated to representing and advocating for the African diaspora worldwide as an extension of the African Union. We serve as the 6th region, uniting people of African descent living outside the African continent and friends of Africa. The AU6RG works towards fostering collaboration, economic development, and cultural exchange among people of African descent globally, while also advocating for their rights and representation within the broader African Union framework. I don't know who the people are because the diaspora is up in government voting against that helps Black Americans. We strive to strengthen bonds among friends of Africa, people of African descent, and contribute to the advancement of the African continent and its diaspora. Y'all finna get us into that we don't want to be in because them friends of Africa is them countries that's over there colonizing them right now. Learn more about our mission, initiatives, and how you can get involved in building a stronger, more connected global African community. These people are also collecting donations, y'all. Oh. This thing done started in Ontario, Canada. We ain't even there. We don't live there. African Unity, 6th Region, USA. Then they tell us all the other people, I guess, that's involved in it. Okay, and then it tells you about the little member states and regions that it is broke up into different regions. Up here, divided us like Europeans divided Africa, y'all. What the And this started in 2000? What? I don't know. And this is what it says. The goal of each region and state to mobilize people of African descent in their organization to be a part of the umbrella African Diaspora Initiative Network, AU 6th Region USA, work with and implement the AU 6th Region USA programs of action and missions, promote Africa in a positive light to undo the negative narrative about Africa, which is negatively impacting trade, investment, and tourism. They out here using us. Mobilize African diaspora and to create an extensive and professional African database according to commission sectors, education, healthcare, agriculture, tourism, finance, and IT infrastructure and energy. Mobilization plan and action based on the Declaration. They got our whole damn thing. They use words like Declaration of Independence, Constitution, all kinds. Mobilization in support of all business professionals, all business chamber of commerce, entrepreneurs, organizations, and non-governmental agent organizations, NGOs within the diaspora. They want access to all our. To achieve this goal, we intend to conduct various meetings in regions across the African diaspora in the United States based on the Diaspora Declaration's guidelines in the realms of African Diaspora 6th Region. The AU 6RU USA is committed to promoting and sustaining linkages with the African diaspora in trade and investment, science and technology, information communication technology, ICT, travel and tourism, communication and transportation, energy and cultural industries. We will continue to design and develop platforms for educators, professionals, and scholars from Africa and the diaspora to enhance our developmental agenda. Okay, now this is in Georgia. So Stone Mountain, Georgia, where y'all at? Because I need to know what y'all know about this here. The amendments to the Constitutive Act of the African Union Protocol, in which is Article 3, the African Union invites and encourages the full participation of the African diaspora as an essential part of the African continent in the building of the African we want, guides the AU6 region USA. Who want? What African? Who want this? The AU6 region USA officially registered in line with the African Union Amended Constitutive Act, Article 3, and guided by the African Union Call and Protocol as African Diaspora Initiative Foundation to assist in the mobilization and unification of the African diaspora in its networks in America and the reconnection to the motherland. What the hell? Here's the lady who's in charge of it, and I guess that registered America in it, and she ain't even like American. Okay? H.E. Dr. Queen Blessings, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Chief Executive Facilitator, Africa Diaspora Initiative Network in America. Okay, we don't know who the lady is. Who know this lady? Please come forward. And then here's the dude who set the whole up, and he's in Canada. Like, who are these people? To galvanize, mobilize, structure, and empower the people of African descent in America and reconnect them to the motherland. One voice, one people, one Africa. Ain't that what the Essence Festival folks was talking about? Ain't this what they said too? The AU called, we answered. African Union, the call from African Union. Okay. Pause this and read all of this here. Okay, they're basically trying to unite the continent. I think this is a scam, and the reason why I think it's a scam, it says the OAU ceased to exist in 2001, 2022, and then they rebirthed like 2012. Ain't no way y'all is uniting all of Africa to have 54 states of Africa. That's not gonna happen. But they're leading people to believe that this been plotting for a long time. Well, I tell you what y'all think? This is wild. How we join some ain't know we joined. Them Africans been over here, y'all, using us to get into all this and set up all this, and we don't even know nothing about it. Gonna happen. It says 53 member states have joined. Morocco has not joined. Established to represent African countries' joint interests and eventually create a union of the African states, which will be a single country, Africa, to replace the current 54 countries. On paper, the AU has laid out a roadmap for the creation of a real Pan-African unification. Anytime I see something like that, I know it's scamming. In another video, I showed y'all this, the African Diaspora Council Act, and this was presented to Congress by a representative out in California. This was presented January 28, 2025. They got that popping off, and it all links back to this, answering the call. See how the other one said answering the call? This says answering the call. Diaspora Initiative looks to tap into $1.7 trillion African American, which we know as Black American purse. It's all linking together, y'all. It's all linking together. These the African Union, right, has this thing, 2025 Year of Reparations. I'm gonna click on it. Now, mind you, keep in mind, they counted about 70, 80 billion the other night. 2025 Year of Reparations. Let's read this. This is Africa. AUTheme of the Year 2025, theme Justice for Africans and People of African Descent through Reparations. The African Union has designated 2025 as the Year of Justice for Africans and People of African Descent through Reparations. This initiative underscores the AU's commitment to addressing historic injustices, including the transatlantic slave trade, colonialism, apartheid, and genocide. It builds on decades of advocacy, collaboration, aiming to foster unity and establish mechanisms of reparatory justice on a global scale. And I'm like, wow, they didn't go through, wait a minute. Because how? But you think that's not you? That's not your story, right? Y'all said that was the Negroes in America who was on the boats, right? But then guys, I just kept meddling through this website. I saw so much, including the fact that Africa, unbeknownst to us, please share this live, guys. And look what comes up. Africa made us their 6th region. Did you know that? Africa made the Negroes in America, the darkies, the Black.
I started Tai Chi at 50.
Okay,
now
hold
I'm
on.
68. And
I'm not going to show the whole video.
Region. Did you know that? Africa made the Negroes in America, the darkies, the Black people, the Black Americans, their 6th region. They made us a state. within their diaspora. So they have to stay outside of Africa, and it includes us. Who the gonna do that? I have no clue. Why I'm just not finding this out. I don't know why all these African diaspora channels ain't never pointed this out. I have no clue. Please like and here, please share the video because this is wild. They were able to bring us inside of their group because mind you, this African Union has been around since 1963, and they have never been able to this amount of money in this period of time, right? And their whole thing was African Union. Let's go back. They're trying to change how the world sees them, right? And so then some smart nigga over in Africa said, this is how we can change it. Let's bring the Black Americans in and make them our sixth region. I was looking for let me go to their, which page is this about? Is who we are. African states. If they have 55 states, then we're the 56th or something crazy like that. No, I'm looking for the part. It's a part on here where they're explaining how they don't want the world to view them as people who are not capable of doing business, people who are not capable of trade, people who don't have enough money going into their bank accounts. They explain all of this on their site, right? And then you go into the part of the site where they made us the sixth region. One people, one voice, one Africa, diaspora of African descent in America, people of African descent in America. And this is how they have, look at this. Our mission is to galvanize, mobilize, structure, and empower the people of African descent in America, as well as reconnecting them to the motherland. One voice, one people, one Africa. The African Union has invited the African diaspora to bring voting members of the AU to that together African people who can move together towards the unification of the African continent into a reality called the Union of African States, or United States of Africa, in the near future. But this is supposed to be us, right? They took our whole identity, is what I'm telling y'all. They took our whole identity, using it for their benefit. Look at this, man. Look at this. Look at this. Who told them to do this? Who gave them permission to do this? Who the gave them permission to do this? What? Yeah, this is wild. This is crazy. This is so crazy, bro. I swear. This. I said, let me go live. I was even gonna go live today. I said, let me get somebody else eyes on this. This was not on my bingo card. This was not on my bingo card. These orange eye put us in it. Use us for marketing. And then start brokering deals all over the place. We don't even know we involved in this at all. We don't even know. Like, we're involved in their whole role. Like, this website, how they're explaining how they want to be the leaders in culture and all of that. And then sitting here, let me show y'all.
All right, so these were the two videos that I told you guys directly about, and that was, again, about the African Union. Again, I'm just trying to figure out if any Black Americans directly out there, I don't care what any immigrants are going to have to, sit up there saying any Africans or whatnot, whatever, because, again, y'all people are the ones that pretty much did this. I, as a Black American here in the United States, I never voted. I never received an email. I've never even seen a commercial or anything about any of this. This is something that for me literally just fell out the sky, fell directly out of the blue, and I'm pretty sure it's like that for a lot of other Black Americans here. You got people here that are supposed to represent us, but we don't know who these people are. I don't know any of those people. And how is it possible that we got talks of reparations for both sides and all this other type of stuff, and people being able to gather money while having us grouped in directly with them? And again, no Black Americans have been notified about this. Again, I don't know nothing about this. Nothing. And like I said, this is why delineation is happening. This is why Black Americans have a problem with so many other people out there, because while you guys want to come up here and I want to pull up to this comment section and say this, that, and the third about Black Americans, try to defend yourselves, y'all out here sitting up there doing stuff like this, being underhanded. You got articles directly out here stating how it is that you want to tap in or try to get directly into the trillions of dollars that Black Americans have sitting just there so that y'all can, do things over there in Africa and all this other. Y'all got all of those people over there. You mean to tell me that y'all don't got untapped potential? Y'all got untapped mineral resources on your own at this moment in time.
Okay, you got the gist of it. You got the gist of it. So the majority of you people, you haven't heard about that. I just heard about it this morning, and I decided not just to sit and do nothing. I do my little tiny beach sand particle action that I could do. I already emailed these two, and I forgot, and since I was watching it with you, the actual coalition that's in Canada and Georgia, I'm going to get their emails and I'm going to send them. I'm going to forward these same emails to them. These are the emails that I sent to the African Union. Number 1 and number 2. You could do the same, and later on, this video is going to be already over with, but I'm going to forward the emails, and I'm going to read you the emails that I sent. These 2 emails that is connected to the African Union. I didn't send the email to the actual organization from Canada and in Georgia. I'm going to do that when I hang up this phone. When I finish this video. But these are what I sent to them. The 2025 Year of Reparations, Justice for Africans and People of the African Descent through Reparations. The Africans are Psalm 83. They're confederate against us. Have the name of Israel be no more in remembrance, and to steal, rob, pillage, rape, everything that they could, just like the Caucasian man and Esau in the world. They are Psalm 83. You got these crazy Pan-African Negroes. Hey, we're in dashikis and we're African in the motherland. No, that's you, Dr. Umar, not us. We ain't down for that shenanigans like your school. We ain't down for none of that. We ain't doing none of that. Whether you got on doctor. Listen, I say it so many times. You guys that got the college. Yeah, I went to college. I didn't get the degree. I went 2 years. I didn't get the degree. That's your regular school from kindergarten to 12th grade. That's brainwashing. And when you go to college, that's advanced brainwashing. In your history books, all they got is this matrix programming, to program you to say every dark person comes from Africa. Every dark person comes from Africa. No, they don't. The whole earth was Negro types, different Negro types. And I showed you photos on my past videos. The original Asians are Negroes. The original Mexicans, the Olmecs, they are Negro. The original Mongoloids that are coming from the that they say the American Indians. I forgot the name of it. They're like the fake American Indians that you see. No, the original, those people were Negro. The original Europeans are Negroes. The original Australians are Negroes. The original South Pacific Islanders and Hawaiians are Negroes. The original Asians are Negroes. Different Negro types. The sons of Noah were all Negro types. Well, how did they get white skin? And blah, 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 blah. Clone, World Fair babies, mixed Mongoloids, clones from the World Fair, the orphan trained babies. You got comedians. I've got that white guy. This guy is a comedian. I've got his name. He'll tell you. He said, "Yeah, my mother and father were both orphans. I don't know if because they're anyway." You guys, that's Hebrew 101. You can keep going with this Africa, we're African, and every dark person comes from Africa, our motherland. No, it's not. It's your motherland. It ain't my mother's land. It ain't her motherland, and her mother's land is not their land. It's this land. Some of my people, they come from Georgia. Get out of here. You know, you got to stop with this. And I sent them a scathing email. You know your co sent them a scathing email. I included this too. Compact, Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, page 213. I can say it without even reading it. Got it in my head. Ham. That's them. Our imposters, the Jewish people, try to call us Ham. Try to call us Ham. Because they want try to call us Ham. Page 213. Where does it say page 2? On the top. 212. They try to call us African so they could steal the birthright, which they did, but that ain't holding any water because we're coming to the end. Mosai, everything's going to be reversed. He's going to undo in Zephaniah 3 all the things he did to us. And Isaiah 41, he has not cast away Israel. We are his chosen servants. Isaiah 40, we are chosen witnesses. Psalm, I think it's 94. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it. He hasn't cast aside. No, there's no spiritual Israel. The Negroes, Malachi 3, the Most High changes not, and Israel has not ceased to be. Malachi 3. We're here. We can't unsee all this information. Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably 96 years before the flood and wanted 8 to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, but not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, the Libyans, the Canaanites, etc., etc., etc. This is, but not the Negroes. We're not classified as them. And remember, they changed their name a whole bunch of times because if you look at Noah Webster dictionaries of like early 1800s, it says Indian, aka Negro. Negro, aka Indian. We're the original Aboriginal Indians in South America, the Caribbean, and all over the world. Eskimos and Negro first. Listen, you could keep believing that. You can keep believing that we're on a spinning globe, spinning at 96,000 miles fast, around in 1,000 miles inside. You can keep believing that, and the water, oceans don't fall off. You can keep believing that. You cannot believe about the rainbows, how rainbows are shaped by reflection of the waters above and below. You don't have to believe that. Don't believe it. Compasses only work on horizontal planes. They got compasses in the planes, electronic compass. How it works, only works. Listen, you can keep believing all that lies. We, Torah and Tanakh Israelites, we don't believe none of that. Ham, we're not Ham. That's a different Negro guy. And scientifically, the Africans got different skulls than us, and they can't grow facial hair. They're not us. Live from that white Neanderthal, orphan trained baby, world fair, recessive cave beast. No, we're not African. That's a different Negro type. Dark race people. Forget that. Not the Negro. And them dirty, stinking Africans, they're trying to, I know what they're trying to do. You know what? You heard the little video clip. What is it? This is that stand out to me. 2025 Year of Reparations, Justice for Africans, and let's include the stupid people of the African descent through reparations, because they're trying to get our reparations, even though they don't want to give it to us. But guess what? That organization is a world organization that these Africans made. They made us the 6th state of the Union of the African Union. Did you get an email? Did you get a mail to your house? from the African Union saying we, the Negro America, are now, and you agree, sign, check to see if you agree, signature, nothing. We're not a part of that. That's why I'm making this video. See, I'm doing my little tiny microscopic sand particle action of defiance and revealing against that lie, against the Psalm 83, the dirty, stinking Africans. That's why I put that thumbnail the way I did. They're not our friend. And remember, a lot of you are fool. You got soft hearts. Israelite. King David didn't have a soft heart. He had to get it in. Moses didn't have a soft heart. Caleb and Joshua didn't have the Levites when they killed them niggas. They don't got soft heart for them. Once an enemy can't be your friend, can't be trusted. And with this, they got organizations running that you don't even know about, which the main focus is, hey, America owes trillions of dollars to the niggas. We could get that. And you know the American government would not want to give it to individuals because they wouldn't want to see them riding in brand new 2025 Corvette Z1s, Porsche GT3s and GT4s and Tahoes. They don't want them riding like that, and Land Rovers. Nah, we'll give it to this African Union, 6-state, whatever, and it's these dirty, stinking Africans. That's why I'm saying something. You guys didn't hear. Most of you guys, I know you didn't hear about this. This is new. There's something to be said. And guess what? I sent 2 emails to these people, these dirty, stinking Africans, and I'm gonna review that video and get the name, and so I can get the website. I'll search the website of the one in Georgia, the one in California, and I'm gonna forward these emails from them because it was scathing to them. I did my little part. And you know another reason why I'm doing that, and I did that because you have an armed man in office. You know he's buck wild with shit. And guess what? In the future, it could happen. Hey, you Negroes are part of that African Union. You're the 6th state, whatever. We know who you are, and you can go back to your country. That's not our country. So guess what I did? Play it safe. Anyway, I got email confirmation that I sent these nigger Africans, dirty, stinking Africans, and their African Union and those subgroups, organizations of the African Union, saying I'm not a part of the 6th state. I never was notified. I never agreed. I denounce you niggas. And that's what I did. So I got proof. Hey, you guys you go back to Africa, whatever. Yo, I'm not a part of that. Yes, you guys are, whatever. I got proof. I said it on July 18 when I found out 2025, and I denounced them July 18, 20 when I found out, because they've been doing it secretly. They had it, they disbanded, and they did it again. The year of reparations, they trying to get your reparations probably through the United Nations and stuff to force America to do it. And do whatever other crazy shit to us. Remember, there's Psalm 83, those dirty Africans. You guys should be ashamed of yourself, you Pan-African Negroes. American Negroes, you should be ashamed of yourself. And you're still not going to get it anyway. And this video is not for you. This is just an FYI for your information to my people. I'm gonna read you, and then I'm gonna call it quits. You do. I did my part. So if the RS man ever, the ICE guys that come, guys that won't want to come way over here, the Dominican Republic, get me say, hey, they're sending you to Africa. No. I'm not a part of that. I denounced that. I got emails. I got photos. I got everything. I'm not with that. And a lot of the niggas and the Africans we're not together. We know dumb Dr. Mart and I don't know if it's Tashik. I don't think it's him, but anyway, they're with the Africans, parent, not us, not the majority of us. Anyway, I'm going to show you. I sent them 2 attachments, and I'm going to send it to them other ones. When I'm done with this video, I'm going to research names of that guy in Africa, in Canada, get his organization, find his contact. I'm going to send him a scathing forward email to him. So let me show you, and I'll read it. I'll call it quits. Okay, I'm going to watch that again. Okay. Hold on. You know I'm mad with him, and that's why I sent that photo as my thumbnail. right? I said to this, you dirty, stinking Africans, you dirty, stinking Africans, you dirty, stinking Africans, scam Psalm 83 instead of that. And this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. There you go, the 2025 Year of Reparations, justice for Africans and people of African descent through reparations. They're trying to get the money. They're just like Caucasian people, thieves, robbers, pirates, abominable. And I've been saying that on a lot of other videos. This is the email. This is the email I sent them. I tell you, your coil don't around. This is the email I sent them. And it says, it's small, but let me see if I can read it. To whom it may concern, my name is Edward. You know me as Yes from Israel. My name is Edward, and I'm 60 years old. I'm a 60-year-old Negro American. I just heard through a YouTube video called Black Americans Are the Sixth State in the African Union by C.G. Hito, the Second Coming. You cannot speak on our behalf. You made this organization without consulting the Negroes, the Negro Americans, and lying to the world that we co-signed to this African sixth scam. I'm putting you on notice. I myself, and I know many, and I know most Negroes are probably, I'm sorry, it's too small. I can't read the whole thing. And I said, you're probably trying to collect our reparations and put it in your Kunta Kinte pockets. No, no, no. We are not having that. We found out about your secret plot against the American Negro. The Negroes in America are putting you on notice. We are not African and want no part of your demonic lying scam plot. And then I send them, like you see these two attachments. You see the mean face, and then there's a picture attachment. That's the text, which I'm telling them. I put the definition of here. I try to tell these these ignorants, heathen Gentiles, that the whole world was populated first by Negro types. All the people on this flat earth were Negro types. I already told you where these albino recessive pale skin mixed ones come from. It's not just one dark race people. That's a lie. To steal our biblical heritage, to classify us as ham, to steal everything from us, our land, our money, our sweat, everything. And I'm not having it here at Hebrew on the Island too. I'm going to do my microscopic sand particle part in putting you on notice. And that's what I did. I put them on notice. And when I'm done with this, I'm going to go and find out those two organizations, and I'm going to forward that same email to them too. One in Georgia and one in Canada. I already did the African ones already. So if you guys want to join me, send them if you want. You know, Ezekiel chapter 14, though, Job, Daniel, Noah was in there, had to save themselves. You know what some person told me a long time ago? Because I was in this type of job, and these people that I knew since I was young said, why are you doing that job? And blah, 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 because I want to retire one day. My mom told me, you ain't going to want to work for an employer your whole life. Get a job where you get a pension and retire out in 25, 30 years. And I listened to my mother. I don't got a coconut hard head. And that's why I've been retired since 2011. Never worked again. I work for channel. I work for myself and chill. So they told me, don't do it. I'm glad I didn't listen. And I'm telling you this because, you know, you don't know what the future is. You got an orange man in the office in that White House who could say, hey, these Negroes here are in the African Union, they're the sixth state, that's treason. They're enemies within. We got to ship them to Africa or ship them to that concentration camp in El Salvador. No. I got email proof. I got video proof. And I wasn't down with that. I never heard about that until July 1825. So, I don't know. See, FYI for your information, for your, just to take precaution. I got proof. I ain't in that African Union. So if you want to also send them scathing emails, I encourage you. If you don't, you want to sit stands, go right ahead. It doesn't cost anything. So, it didn't cost me nothing to do that. And I don't like the enemies of the Israelites. So it was my pleasure to do it. So hopefully this video was educational, informative, FYI for your information. I'm going to see again, Tabex to Damon for Yah, Tabex to every knee shall bow, Tabex to James Hardy, and that's about it. Who's on there? Oh, and JJ Simi, I think you just came on. If you just came on, watch the video. It's very important. You need to hear what I presented in it. Let me read some of these comments out loud. The moment for Yah. Anything these demonic clowns can do to try to hide who we really are, they will soon get that smoke from the Most High. Correct? The moment for Yah. We ain't, the moment for Yah again, we ain't no Africans. We have that Hebrew DNA. They know. Every knee shall bow. Fools really try to slide that one in. All these Africans want from us is our money and resources. This is proof of that. Correct. Every knee shall bow. The moment for Yah. The crazy thing is they really think their lies will manifest and we will not be revealed. Laugh out loud. The moment for Yah. Ham is one of the most goofiest too. Yeah, it's like the JS people. They goofy as hell. Looks, ways, everything. Dr. Umar should just move there. Israel is the trendsetters of the world. Correct. The sort. Everyone wants to copy us but can't stand us. Correct. The moment for Yah. Dirty, stinking Africans. Yo. Look at my thumbnail. JJ, evil Hamites. All praise to the Most High. JJ, exactly, evil Hamites. This is Yeshua Israel. He won the island too. Until next time. Dirty, stinking African. Booga, booga. Kunta Kinte.